Hello Internet, my name is Vic. Welcome back to, I don't even know what I'm going to call this video yet, but it's a video about things and stuff. It is an XY Chronicles though, I will say that. First things first, I finally got my trans flag. So, that's something I'm super happy about. I just got to put it up. But I don't know where I'm going to hang it yet. But I got it. So, yay. I wanted to talk about my experience with Planned Parenthood, the new one that I went to. I've been going to Planned Parenthood in Raleigh for a year. They have good service, they have good staff. It's a little bit of a wait when I go. Typically for my appointments, I would be there for about a good hour before I even got called back. And I understand they're busy. They're also very small. They're a smaller clinic. You would think they would have a bigger facility in Raleigh. My doctor had a family emergency come up. Originally, I was supposed to go back in November, but I ended up having to go this month. Well, I went, and I was really nervous. When I've been doing something for a year, you kind of develop a sense of familiarity. You're like, okay, this is how it goes. This is what I expect, blah, blah, blah. Well, when I went, I was very surprised at all of it, really. I mean, they were super fast, super nice, and they actually made it feel more like a casual thing, not like very medical. Now, I'm not trying to talk bad about the one in Raleigh at all. They're also very personable, but they seem more like rushed and because they're busy. This place was just more laid back. And they were very pleased with my results, which, I mean, it's always good to hear from a doctor and nurses who see people come through all the time that are trans. And for them not ever seeing me before and being like, it looks like your transition is going very well. I'm just like, okay. And these are just some reassurances that I've been noticing that you don't need to rely on reassurance to come from people. You just need to pick up on the reassurance that comes from people. Does that make sense? I feel like this year, so far, I've been able to, keyword so far, but I've been able to actually just kind of coast with what is going on around me and not be so focused on trying to find anything. And it's interesting because the things that I was searching for before, they actually kind of fall into place when you don't look. When you do look, it's almost like it avoids you. I don't know. It's just some things I've been picking up on lately. Maybe it's just because my focus is not just on trying to matter, because I know I do matter. I know my worth. And I think that's something that I'm really learning to hold on to this year, is my worth. My time to me is precious. People who waste my time or just constantly bring negativity to the table, I don't want that anymore. My transition has been going nicely. I feel really good that it is. I haven't really had much issues as far as any physical changes that I have that I didn't like. It's been more emotional or things that aren't as physical. It's always the things in here that I've been struggling with. As far as physical, I'm completely satisfied with what's going on. And I don't know if it's because I just longed for it for so long that now that I'm actually physically seeing things without having to get really close to see them, you can't argue that you can't see it. You know what I mean? I want to talk about how I keep my testosterone and how I dispose of everything, and just kind of gonna give a content warning in this video. There will be needles after this point. I'd been going to Walgreens up near where I used to live for the whole year that I've been doing hormones, so they know me. They kind of know what I have to get whenever I come up there. They already have my needles ready for me, and they already know what kind I use. I got my prescription switched to a Walgreens closer to my job and where I'm living now, and it's their senior staff, I guess, no, because the person who was originally helping me didn't know, and not a lot of people do know how the needles work and everything. So she was kind of like trying to figure that out, and the other pharmacist came over and was like, "Hey, it's this. Are you doing it for testosterone?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I am." And and it kind of was like a shock because not a lot of people acknowledge that that's what this is for. They don't say it. They kind of are just like, "Oh, okay." These are like little things that make me happy because I live in North Carolina. So it's very hard to find people who are actually like educated on trans things and understand how it works, that aren't trans or aren't even part of the LGBTQIA plus extra all the letters community. I got this box. It looks dirty, but it just looks dirty because I've moved a lot. It's been in my car for a couple months when I was living in my car, so it looks like it's dirty, but I promise it's not. When I first started, I don't know why I just did my eyebrows like that, like, look at this box. But when I first started tea, I got this box, and it's actually got layers, so you, like, open up like that. In the first layer, just the lid comes off. I keep my current bottle that I'm working on, which this is the one I'm currently working on. It's a bigger bottle, but this is my backup tea. So like I said, I missed the appointment in November. So from November to now, I've actually been using backup tea, which is always good to have a backup if you can. It's not like the one I got isn't illegal. I didn't like buy it off the internet, so no worries. It was actually from somebody who had a prescription, so it's not like illegal tea or anything. I have these alcohol swabs. I've made a video before about how I do my shot and everything, so if you want, you can go watch that. Actually, today is shot day. I might do a shot, but not film it, like, dead on. But I might just go ahead and do my shot. I also had these little, like, dot band-aids, but I don't really bleed anymore. I never really bled in the first place. The second layer is where I keep my needles. These are the needles that I use. Now, this is what the pharmacist was, like, confused about, the newer one, which I'm not trying to throw shade, but, like, I can understand why it would be confusing if you don't inject testosterone, or if you're not educated on it. So, these are the 22 gauge with the syringe. This is what I inject with. And then these are the 18 gauge, just the needle part, the cap. This is what you draw up the tea with. I keep my needles in the second part of my little tea box. My doctor told me that since everything's been going good for a year, and all my levels are good, and this is the highest dose that Planned Parenthood will give me, everyone's different, okay? Some people get higher doses than I'm getting. My dose is not the cap for Planned Parenthood. It's not the cap for testosterone. It's just my cap. It's not like everybody's cap is half a milliliter. That's just mine. I already think that I have higher levels of testosterone naturally in my body. So I think that paired with actually injecting testosterone is enough to last me for the rest of my life. Because I do have to take testosterone the rest of my life. I don't know. A lot of people don't seem to know that. I had a lot of questions from a lot of different people asking, how long do you have to take tea? The rest of my life. I think that maybe in the future I might switch to a different way of taking tea, like when I get older, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to inject myself with a needle for the rest of my life every week. You know what I'm saying? I think after a while it'll just be like, I'd rather have a easier way, but right now I actually enjoy it. I got distracted. What I was going to say is my doctor was like, since you've been on hormones for a year or whatever, we're going to give you a 6-month supply. So you only have to come once every 6 months. That saves me money. That saves me gas. That saves me time. That saves me the stress of trying to figure out if I have an appointment or not. That saves me from having to take off work and figure that out. Like, it just saves me a lot. That was awesome. And it was just, like, definitely a great accomplishment. Also, my name is, can it focus? It says Vic Prince instead of Government Prince. That's an accomplishment for me. It's unexplained. How did the makeup gurus do it? Everybody knows my government, so whatever, we're just gonna do it. This box has my government on it. And this box doesn't. 2020 goals. I feel like, should I just keep one with my government and one without? I think I should. I feel like that's gonna be like something down the line. I'm just kidding. It's okay, don't panic. Even though the name change on here is just... The name change on here is just because my doctor was like, it's your preferred name, right? Yes. Okay, I got you. Like, and when I went to the pharmacy, I kind of like, I embarrassed myself, because usually, like, I get embarrassed because, like, what's the name? Or what's the first name? Like, fuck, I have to say my government now, you know? So it's like, I would get, like, really, like bummed out. So when I went to this one, I figured, okay, I'm at a new pharmacy, like, I have to give my government. They were like, what's the first name? And I was like, government, and she was like, oh, okay. And she, like, scrolled and clicked, and then she goes, Vic, right? I was like, yeah. Like, I could have avoided that whole thing. And then she was like, okay, sir, like, okay, we're good. We're on the same page now. In this bottom layer of the box, I have all my little tea bottles. I just got, like, really nostalgic, but I feel like I can't even hold them. My hands are so small. Not even all of them. I want to do something with them. Comment below what you think I should do. No one's going to comment below. I'm still going to have to figure it out myself. I was thinking of, like, taking those little Christmas lights, like the teeny tiny Christmas lights, and, like, figuring out a way to put them in the top, because the top is, like, that. And this is, like, the middle piece is, like, rubber. So I figured I'd have to take, like, a knife or something and, like, carve out the rubber piece and then just, like, pop the lights in there. And then, like, hang it around the room. I don't know. Like, I want to do something with them. I mean, I have this gigantic one from my backup tea. And then the rest of them are, like, little babies. 25 bottles of tea down. Wow. I'm gonna run out of room. I made a video back a while ago talking about the common misconceptions of tea. And it was before I was even on tea. Stupid. So I figured I should remake that video and, like, retouch on some points. But I just, lazy. I think one of the main things that I said in it, that I talked about, was a misconception, was, like, anger. Whoa. Obviously is not a thing. If it was, I'm not experiencing it. Like, the anger is just, like, everyone has emotions. And the anger isn't a part of the testosterone. It's a part of the, like, your life. Like, what's going on in your life, that can make you angry. Having testosterone in your body and taking testosterone for medical transition has nothing to do with your, like, the way you react to things. At all. Maybe in the beginning. So I will say, like, when I first started taking tea, like, maybe the first 2 months, if that, I would start feeling, like, really irritable when it was closer to shot day, because it's, like, the half-life of tea wasn't in my system yet. So it's, like, now that I've been doing tea for so long, there's such an extended half-life in my system that if I miss 2 shots, I'm good. Like, I'm so good. I don't even feel like I need my shot. Like, I don't even feel like that. I've never really felt like that other than, like, the first couple months. And even when my dosage was changed, I still didn't feel like that. It was literally the first 2 months. And, it was like I could tell that shot day was coming up. Like, that was about it. But now, I don't even experience, like, some guys say that when it's close to the time that they would have been on their period, that they experience, like, the mood swings and the cramps and all that stuff. But, like, I put mood swings in quotes, but not cramps, because cramps are, like, legit. Like, physical, like, my body is cramping. I don't, you know, but, like, the emotional things, aren't just like while you're on your period. That's just like life. I think a lot of people like correlate emotional with hormonal. No. No. I'm a firm believer that emotions and hormones are separate. Fight me if you want to. But I think the way you emotionally handle things as a reflection of your traumas, is a reflection of what you've been through, is a reflection of how you cope, is a reflection of how you were taught, whatever the case may be. Emotionally, that's on you, and that's the way that you handle everything. As far as like hormones go, that really doesn't affect how you emotionally react to things. That's just my opinion. Anyway, let's do this. Sorry, I'm like distracted by my tattoo. Let's do this in there. If any of you don't know, this is the molecular structure of testosterone. That's what I put in my body once a week, and it gave me this. Are they all like that? They're all like that. No. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Nope. That hurts. Ah, I'm pissed. What the fuck, dude? These are the little ones. I didn't want the little ones. I even told her I didn't want the little ones. I don't even know where to do this now. Can you do it in your stomach? I did it in my stomach. I'm so proud of myself. Like, I just got really nervous because I was like, damn, I can't do my shot now. But I've seen videos where people do it in their stomach, and like, yo, that didn't even hurt. It's bleeding, though. I'm gonna need Band-Aids. Well, thanks for having that experience with me, internet. Jesus. And, but yeah, I talked about what I wanted to talk about, and I guess I will, catch you guys in the next video. I don't really know. I'm gonna try and get on, like, a regular, video schedule. It'll probably be a little bit of me trying to, like, kind of figure out what I want to talk about, what I want to do, on YouTube, but I do want to get more active on YouTube again. Stay tuned for another video. I hope you guys have a good one.